Okay, the time has come. The Minecraft movie is now out in theaters, and wow, man, is this a good movie just to laugh at and just have a good time, because today I'm going to be doing a full spoiler review breakdown of the Minecraft movie. I can't wait to talk about this movie. So first off, this movie has made over $301 million of the time of recording this video, and I've seen some of the movie reactions to when like they say like chicken jockey or anything related to that, and it is hilarious, man. There's like popcorn getting thrown around theaters. Police have been called to some screenings of the movie, but yeah, it's been pretty crazy. Now let's get into the review. First off, the movie opens with Jack Black as a kid yearning for the mines. Who would have known Jack Black's yearning for the mines? But then he works an office job, and it's quite funny how it's filmed. You would have to like watch it to see how it's filmed. And then there's like a sequence that takes part over, I would say like a 10-minute span of the first 10 minutes of the movie. And it's basically Jack Black as a person yearning for the mines as a kid, growing up, going back to the mines. The old guy is still there, and he runs back into the mines. He mines away, but then he finds the orb of dominance and the earth crystal, which like the two things he puts together, and then he enters Minecraft. I don't know, the portal's just there and it like lights up. So then they enter the world of Minecraft. He walks around for a bit. Then we get this crazy montage of him just building Steve's world that they don't touch on for the rest of the movie, but I do think it's really funny, the whole montage with him dancing with pandas and all this stuff. It's just really funny. But then, yeah. So first off, the movies start, and then after that, Garrett, the garbage man Garrison, played by Jason Momoa, goes to this auction off, and this is how he like makes his money. Goes to this auction off, and garages, he buys these like that have just been retired and people are just wanting to buy them. And in the auction scene, there is a couple of familiar faces, and that is Dan TDM, LD Show Lady, and Mumbo Jumbo, and I don't know the last girl, but those are just the people that I recognized. But yeah, they're just trying to, I don't know, they're trying to bid for this garage. But then Garrett the Garbage Man Garrison obviously wins this, and then he goes on to find that there's actually there's no like console or like anything worth in the garage, so then he has to dump it and scraps it. But he does bring back the spare parts to his shop anyways to sell. But yeah. But then we cut back to, I would say, what the main character is, and that's Jason Momoa. He rocks up. He's just bushing around in his car. We get a little bit of a backstory of him. But then we get a backstory of these two other people. I can't remember their names. I'm just like so excited that this movie's come out. But yeah, we get a little bit of a backstory on them. We found out that their parents are dead. I don't know how. They've got an auntie that's going to look after them, apparently. But yeah, the kid ends up going to school that day. He just makes a jetpack and then flies it into a building, and then chaos breaks loose. So then his only thought is, let me get Jason Momoa to come pick me up, and then that'll be chill, right? You can pretend to be my uncle. And then Jason Momoa picks him up in his little mobile, and then like the principal's like the girl that falls in love with the villager. So it's like, so basically when Garrett takes back this kid that he barely even knows to his thing, he finds the earth cube and the orb of dominance, and he puts them together, and he gets pulled towards the Minecraft world where the mine is. They go through the mine, and they all kind of meet up in the same spot trying to look for each other, and they all just get sucked into the Minecraft world. Then the Minecraft music starts playing, like the down, 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 down. Yeah, you know that one? Well, I do play that. And then once they're in the world, they wander around for a bit. Then we get this subplot of a villager walking back through the portal for some reason. This is the one that actually meets up with the principal, and they fall in love. But for now, they're just wandering around. Night falls, they get attacked. So then they build like this house. Then Steve literally comes out of nowhere, beats the hell out of all the zombies. Then he like flails his arms down, and then he goes, "I am Steve." And then that's at the end of the scene. And then Jason Momoa make this deal for like the orb of dominance and this and that. After that, they like get brought to Newport Village, which is the scene that we've already seen. And then once they're in Newport Village, they start walking around. They meet all the villagers. They see the Iron Golem. And the thing they cut out from the original footage that they showed on the Minecraft YouTube channel is that Technoblade walks across the screen and he's like, "Oh, that's such a cool pig." It's like, "No, he's a legend." And then that's what Jack Black says. And then Technoblade with the crown walks off the screen, and it's so cool. It's like a reference to Technoblade. I don't know if you know Technoblade, but he was a really good YouTuber. I quite enjoyed his content. But then they walk through the village a bit more. Then they go to this, like Garrett the Garbage Man Garrison's like, hey, I need chicken pronto. Need my protein. So then they go to Steve's lava chicken, and basically what Steve does is he, you know, they get lava chicken basically, and Steve just randomly rips this song, and I'm gonna sing a little bit for you now. La la lava chicken, and then like he just does this little song over a couple of minutes. It's just like completely random, uncalled for Jack Black singing, but it's absolutely amazing. But yeah, after he finishes the song, he takes a bite of the lava chicken. Obviously, it's really hot. And then Garrett, the Garbage Man Garrison's like, hey, I'm masculine. I can hold this chicken in my mouth because it's hot as lava. And then he bites into it and he like proves to Steve that he's actually, you know, can hold this chicken in his mouth. And then they all just go like, you're a douchebag. Then we get more story on Malgosia. I haven't mentioned Malgosia yet, but she's been holding Steve captive and she's let him free to get the Orb of Dominance and the Earth Crystal. And that's what she wants to take over the overworld in Minecraft. So then basically, they all kind of like split up to do their own thing because they need to go to the Woodland Mansion. So they split up. The two girls go looking for a map. The other three of them, like Steve, the Garbage Man Garrison, and the little boy, go to Steve's house. Steve shows them around, and then we get the famous lines, "This is a crafting table." And then he makes stuff, and then Garrett, the Garbage Man Garrison, makes his butt chuckets, and then like they just do all that in there for a bit. Then the Piglin's like, oh, let's go to the overworld and just absolutely destroy everybody. And then the Piglin that's actually leading this is a guy named, the Piglin's name is like Chungus. And he talks like this. He's like, yeah, dude, I've literally got to kill you, dude. And I'm like, this is crazy. And I can't believe this is actually happening. So then Chungus leads all of these Piglins to the overworld. They drink the special potion so they don't zombify. They start attacking everything. And then everyone comes out and starts to fight them all. Garrett the Garbage Man Garrison is like swinging his butt chuckets around, proceeds to knock out Steve. Steve is out cold. They fight for a bit, and yeah, it's just all chaos. So when they're getting fighting, like the two groups split up. So all the boys kind of go off on an adventure, all the girls go off on an adventure. Ends up that the boys run to the top of Midport Village, like at the very top. There's like a little tower, and then yeah, and all the girls just kind of run off to try and find a map. Basically, they just can't do their own thing for a bit. But let's focus on the boys for now. So all Steve, Garbage Man Garrison, all of them run up to the top of this hill, like the top of like the mountain of Midport Village, and they proceed to. Steve brings his Elytra wingsuits up there, and then he equips them to Garrett and the little kid, and then pushes them off, and then they fly out and they fly away. Then Steve's like, "Oh, I forgot mine. Let me jump off and grab onto Jason Momoa, who's already got Elytra on because he forgot his." So then the next thing goes out like Jason Momoa is getting ridden by Jack Black. So Jack Black is like controlling Jason Momoa. He's like sitting on the back of him, holding his hair. It is hilarious. But anyways, they ride that. All like this gas and all these piglins start chasing after them. It's crazy. And then they go in this really weird position to get away from them. It's hilarious. And then they find their way kind of close to the Woodland Mansion. But on the way, they stop at this, the stop of the mine, because Garrett, the Garbage Man Garrison, is broke. So they go to the mine. They get diamonds because he's broke and he needs the money for it. Steve is like, okay. And then the little kid loses it. But on the other side, these two girls are just fighting things. They're just chilling. They're trying to get a map off this villager, but he's like floating away in a boat, and they tried to figure out how to make a boat, but they didn't make a boat, so it was kind of embarrassing. But yeah, they just kind of fight mobs and stuff for a bit. I can't quite remember what happens. But moving back to their story, after they made it out of the mines, they finally make it to the Woodland Mansion. The way they take this like kind of task on is first they walk in with like mushroom hats on and pretend to play like instruments to distract the pillagers while like the little kid sneaks up and grabs some stuff. And once he's up there, he's like searching for stuff. But then Garrett, the Garbage Man Garrison, and Jack Black get caught, and then they get put in an arena. Jack Black is tied up on the side of the ring. Garrett has to fight a chicken, and he's like, "Oh, I've got to fight the chicken." And then obviously there's a zombie that drops from the ceiling, and Jack Black screams chicken jockey, especially my cinema. My cinema lost it when they said chicken jockey, but yeah, they say chicken jockey. Jason Moore gets absolutely busted by the chicken jockey. It's so hilarious. The scene is hilarious. But yeah, the kid ends up finding whatever he needs to find. I can't remember what. There's a reference to Hero Brian, like, because there's like an Enderman up in the chest area where he's trying to find all this, the little kid's trying to find this stuff. And there's an Enderman there and he looks into his eyes, but like everyone else has got purple eyes saying bad thoughts about him. But then Steve comes up and he's got white eyes, and then that's probably referencing Hero Brian. I thought that was kind of cool. But then the movie moves on towards they make it out of the Woodland Mansion pretty unscathed, and then they get all equipped up and ready for the big battle, like the big end battle of this movie. It's pretty good. Something happens to the kid. He ends up in this big mushroom house, and then Jack Black goes, big old red one, yada yada yada. And then they get prepared for the main fight. So they're gathering all this stuff, getting ready to fight Malgosha. You know, they're building iron golems and stuff, and then all of them come through a portal. They all fight each other. It's kind of crazy. I thought it was pretty sick. And then by the end of it, they all kind of, I don't know, they just all kind of like, the movie ends on a good note. Then they all end up going back to the overworld. But before that, Steve sings a song to his dog, which I thought was really funny. He's like, go now, Dennis. And oh, bro, it's so good. But then they go back to the overworld. They end up singing another song, and it's absolutely banging. The movie ends, and then we hit the credits. Then after the credits, we get an introduction to Alex, because Steve goes to Alex's house in the real world and goes, hey, yada, 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 yada. And then the movie ends. So it's setting us up for the second movie. But yeah, that is my spoiler review of the Minecraft movie. If you did enjoy, please like this video. I haven't uploaded in a little while, but like, please like this video. And maybe even subscribe if you did enjoy this video. But yeah, I'll catch yous. Flint and steel. This is a crafting table. Chicken jockey.